What really happened to Chubby Checker? Chubby Checker was born Ernest Evans on October 3, 1941, in Spring Gully, South Carolina, U.S. He was raised in the projects of South Philadelphia, where he lived with his parents, Raymond and Earle Evans, and two brothers. By age 8, Evans formed a street corner harmony group, and by the time he entered high school, took piano lessons at Settlement Music School. He entertained his classmates by performing vocal impressions of popular entertainers of the day, such as Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, and Fats Domino. One of his classmates and friends at South Philadelphia High School was Fabiano Forte, who would become a popular performer of the late 1950s and early 1960s as Fabian. Checker privately recorded a novelty single for Clark in which the singer portrayed a school teacher with an unruly classroom of musical performers. The premise allowed Checker to imitate such acts as Fats Domino, The Coasters, Elvis Presley, Cozy Cole, and Ricky Nelson, Frankie Avalon, and Fabian Forte as the Chipmunks, each singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Clark sent the song out as his Christmas greeting, and it received such good response that Cameo Parkway signed Checker to a recording contract. Titled The Class, the single became Checker's first release, charting at top 38 in the spring of 1959. Checker introduced his version of the twist at the age of 18 in July 1960 in Wildwood, New Jersey at the Rainbow Club. The twist went on to become the only single to top the Billboard Hot 100 twice, in two separate chart runs. The twist had previously peaked at the top 16 on the Billboard Rhythm and Blues chart, in the 1959 version recorded by its author, Hank Ballard, whose band the Midnighters first performed the dance on stage. Checker's twist, however, was a nationwide smash, aided by his many appearances on Dick Clark's American Bandstand, the top 10 American Bandstand ranking of the song, and the teenagers on the show who enjoyed dancing the twist. The song was so ubiquitous that Checker felt that his critics thought that he could only succeed with dance records typecasting him as a dance artist. Checker later lamented, "In a way, the twist really ruined my life. I was on my way to becoming a big nightclub performer, and the twist just wiped it out. It got so out of proportion. No one ever believes I have talent." By 1965 alone, the twist had sold over 15 million copies, and was awarded multiple gold discs by the RIAA. Despite Checker's initial disapproval, he found follow-up success with a succession of up-tempo dance tracks, including The Hucklebuck, The Fly, Dance the Mess Around, and Pony Time, which became his second top 1 single. Checker's follow-up twist single, Let's Twist Again, won the 1961 Grammy Award for Best Rock and Roll Solo Vocal Performance. A 1962 duet with Dee Dee Sharp, Slow Twistin', reached the top 3 on the national charts. Other substantial hits included Dancin' Party, Popeye the Hitchhiker, 20 Miles, Birdland, Lottie Lowe, and a Christmas duet with Bobby Riddle, Jingle Bell Rock. Limbo Rock reached the top 2 on 22 to 29 December 1962, becoming Checker's last top 10 hit. Chubby Checker continued to have top 40 singles until 1965, his last being Let's Do the Freddy, a variation on Freddie and the Dreamers' dance tune Do the Freddy, with new melody and lyrics. Changes in public tastes, owing mostly to the British invasion and counterculture era, ended his hit-making career. He spent much of the rest of the 1960s touring and recording in Europe. The twist was recorded for Cameo Parkway Records and along with the label's other material, became unavailable after the early 1970s because of the company's internal legal disputes. For decades, almost all compilations of Checker's hits consisted of re-recordings. The 1970s saw him become a staple on the oldies circuit, including a temporary stint as a disco artist. Chubby Checker continued to be a superstar in Europe with television and records. A dance floor cover version of the Beatles' Back in the USSR released in 1969 on Buddha Records, his first chart entry in 3 years, reached number 82. It was Checker's last chart appearance until 1982 when he hit number 92 with Running. In 1971, Checker at his own insistence recorded a psychedelic album filled with music he felt was current that was initially only released in Europe. Originally named Checkered, it was renamed over the years in subsequent re-releases as New Revelation, The Other Side of Chubby Checker, and sometimes as Chubby Checker. The songs were all written by Checker and produced by former Jimi Hendrix producer Ed Chalpin, but the studio musicians' names are unknown. The album flopped. Later in the decade, he recorded an album of audiophile recreations of his greatest hits, for producer Stan Schulman. Checker had a single at top 1 on Billboard's dance chart in July 2008 with Knock Down the Walls. The single also made the top 30 on the adult contemporary chart. Roger Philgate of Wishbone Ash is featured on lead guitar. In 2009, Checker recorded a public service announcement for the Social Security Administration to help launch a new campaign to promote recent changes in Medicare law. In the PSA, Checker encourages Americans on Medicare to apply for extra help. A new twist in the law makes it easier than ever to save on your prescription drug plan costs. On February 25, 2013, Checker released a new single, The Ballad Changes, via iTunes. It was posted on YouTube and amassed over 160,000 views. Changes was produced by The Hill and Hi-Fi and reached 43 on the Mediabase Top 100 AC chart and 41 on the Gospel chart. Checker performed it on July 5, 2013, on NBC's Today Show. In 2015, Checker joined forces with Howard Pearl Entertainment and Hard Rock Roxino to produce Rock and Roll to the Rescue, a show designed to raise funds and adopt rescue animals in need. On June 25, 2019, the New York Times Magazine listed Chubby Checker among hundreds of artists whose material was reportedly destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire. On December 12, 1963, at 22 years old, Checker proposed marriage to Catharina Lauders, a 21-year-old Dutch model and Miss World 1962 from Haarlem, the Netherlands. Checker said he met Lauders in Manila the prior January. The song Lottie Low is about her. They were married on April 12, 1964, at Temple Lutheran Church in Pennsauken, New Jersey. Their first child, Bianca Johanna Evans, was born in a Philadelphia hospital on December 8, 1966. Checker is also the father of WNBA player Misty Bass and musician Sean Egan, lead singer of Funk Church, a band in the Philadelphia area.